I have some breaking news to share with you today. A shocking prophecy from the Bible is happening right now as we speak. This event was predicted over 2,000 years ago by the prophet Isaiah. And guess what? It's unfolding right before our very eyes in real time. But that's not all. Jesus himself also spoke about this event, calling it the Great Tribulation. And he said that we would know it was happening when we see these three things take place. So what are these three things? What is happening right now? And how should we prepare ourselves for what's to come? Well, let's dive into the scriptures and find out together. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe so you never miss any of my latest updates. You know, people often ask me, why do you talk about Bible prophecies? How does it help me in my daily life? Well, let me tell you, understanding Bible prophecy can bring you peace, hope, and a clear direction for your life, especially during these crazy and turbulent times that we're living in right now. In fact, just last month, a major news outlet reported that nearly half of all Americans are now turning to the Bible for guidance in these difficult times. That's because God's Word is a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. It illuminates our way and gives us wisdom and discernment for everyday living. And when it comes to understanding Bible prophecy, no one does it better than my friend and mentor, Mark Biltz. Mark has a unique ability to take complex prophetic events and break them down in a way that's easy for anyone to understand. In fact, I've learned so much from him. I've been a pastor for 20 years. So if you want to learn more about Bible prophecy, I highly recommend checking out the link below. You won't regret it. Now let's get back to today's message. You may be asking yourself, what does this have to do with me? Well, let me put it this way. If you are a basketball player and your coach tells you that your team is about to win the championship, wouldn't you want to know when that moment is going to happen? Wouldn't you want to be prepared? Well, that's exactly what Bible prophecy is all about. It's about knowing when certain events will take place so that we can be ready. So what are these three things that Jesus told us to watch for? The first thing Jesus said we would see happening during the Great Tribulation is this: there will be wars and rumors of wars. In Matthew chapter 24, verse 6, Jesus says, "And you will hear of many who will say, 'See, here is Christ,' or 'There he is.' Do not go after them." The second thing Jesus said we would see during the Great Tribulation is this: there will be famines and earthquakes in various places. In Matthew 24, verse 7, it says, "For nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be famines and pestilences." And the third thing Jesus said we would see during the Great Tribulation is this: there will be lawlessness, and the love of many will grow cold. In Matthew 24, verses 11 and 12, it says, "And many false prophets will rise up and deceive many. Because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold." Well, I hate to break it to you, but all three of these things are happening right now as we speak. We're seeing wars and rumors of wars, famines and earthquakes, lawlessness, and a growing coldness in society. You know, just recently, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck Turkey and Syria, causing widespread damage and loss of life. This was the deadliest earthquake in a decade, and it affected millions of people across the region. And then there's the war in Ukraine, which has been raging for over a year now. This conflict has caused thousands of deaths and has led to a global energy crisis. And according to the United Nations, the war in Ukraine has caused a global food crisis with the price of wheat and other grains skyrocketing. Not to mention the recent discovery of a massive sinkhole in Guatemala that swallowed up an entire neighborhood, leaving people homeless and without their belongings. Or the ongoing drought in Africa that has led to a humanitarian crisis with millions facing starvation and disease. And let us not forget about the increase in crime and lawlessness that we've been seeing around the world. From the rise in carjackings and robberies to the breakdown of families and the rejection of traditional values. So you might be thinking to yourself, what should I do? How should I prepare? Well, let me encourage you to take these steps right now. First, make sure you have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Make sure you put your trust in him and have faith in him. Second, be diligent in prayer. Pray for wisdom, guidance, and strength. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem and for those who are suffering. Third, be faithful in sharing the gospel with others. Now is the time to make disciples and to equip them for the future. Fourth, store up treasures in heaven. Give generously to the poor and needy. And fifth, remember that God is in control. Trust in his promises and rest in his peace. The bottom line is this: Don't be afraid. Be courageous and stand firm in your faith. The future may seem uncertain, but God has a plan for you, and I can promise you that His plan will prevail in the end. Thank you for watching this video. And until next time, may the peace of God be with you.